Hello and welcome back to Transport Fever 2. We're sat up on the hill in Mablethorpe. It's a little bit busy, isn't it? I've just put in, as promised, a load of those new trams we unlocked in the previous episode. Across the board as well. Every city has these lovely new trams. I do like these. They take sharp corners really well and don't separate like some of the early trams. I think a lot of the newer trams do that as well. They actually work on the sharp corners. Before we continue our journey, shall we give them a couple more trams here, because we're not keeping up with this. They're about full. And if we just stick a couple on there, it should be fine. We've got plenty of room, I believe, stop-wise. Yeah, we're not at every stop, are we? So 2 should handle that. That will get this down. The reason it is busy is by the time the trams get there, they're full. It might be a bit overkill, but we can take them off later if need be. It doesn't really matter. We can run a loss on these all around the map, and it's not going to make a huge difference to our bank balance. 1.3 billion nearly in the bank. Right, multiple unit. Oh, actually, how are we doing here? We've got to address this today as well. Dear oh dear, multiple units. Where are we? This is why, unfortunately, multiple units are not a good idea in Transport Fever. They're not the most balanced. There's a reason I doubled up on these, and that was to keep close to the capacity of our old trains. Half of these, or just a single multiple unit, wouldn't have been enough. Double is quite a bit too much, and it wouldn't have addressed the queues we've got at many of our stations along this line, and it's only going to get busier as our cities expand. We've seen a few cities now with over 1,000 residents. Let's take a look at the numbers, shall we? Yeah, Lee to Risborough, finances, you can see the difference there. Same passenger count. Roughly, wasn't it? They were carrying 100 before, and these are carrying 114. Not much difference, but look at the state of the running costs. Yeah, this is... I don't know why it hasn't been addressed yet, but Urban have not balanced multiple units at all. They're just not. The reason they're so unbalanced is because when you're paying for a loco, just a loco, you are paying for just the power. Let's bring this down here. When you pay for a passenger carriage, you're paying for the amount it carries, the capacity of the wagon. And a multiple unit takes both of those and thinks nothing of making that a ridiculously expensive vehicle to run on your rails. Unfortunate, but that's the way it is. That needs addressing, really, doesn't it? Because it makes them obsolete as soon as they become available. I don't even know if any of them are balanced correctly. Some of the later ones and the faster ones don't have enough power. I guess that was their balancing. Reduce the power and then they can't pull their own weight. Or at least they're not good at it. But anyway, yes. I put these in. I didn't dampen our spirits when I first put them in. I was going to stay excited with you. But the reality is that they're just not. They're just not. I was hoping maybe they were miraculously fixed at some point. Now, there could be mods out there which balance these better, but we're not going to do that. We're going to switch these for a loco and passenger carriage combination, and we're just going to see the difference. We've let these run a little while now. While they are running mostly empty, let's just have a look. 22 of 114, 67 of 114. That is going to change as we bring in more people. But even if they do run full, this really isn't going to matter, is it? Because our expenses are up here. And this setup here was the same capacity, or similar capacity. It wasn't far off. And we're right down there with our expenses. Well, it would be this one, wouldn't it? Yeah, this is where we changed it, I believe, to 4 trains. I can't remember which one it was, but it's up here and it's a little bit excessive. Was this 2 trains? This might have been 2 trains down here. And then we went with... This must have been a full year on all 4. Yes, that's what I'm running with. So we're going to change it up, guys, and we're going to go back to making a lot of money, just so I can show you the difference in running costs. So if you are going to play hard mode, anything that requires money, possibly only hard mode and medium, it will affect a lot. Avoid multiple units, unfortunately, but we can make something very similar. What is the speed of these? I can't remember. It's 78 miles an hour. Now, we have a good candidate to replace that, don't we? In loco form, that is the RE44, also does 78 miles an hour. We're going to have to pay through the nose a little bit and miss out on the top speed of our wagon here. Einheitswagen. We'll go with that. And it does carry 21, so it's only 1 more than that. So if we check the running cost, this one for 1 person less. I guess top speed might have a part to play in the costs of these. Surely 1 person isn't worth, what's that? Nearly 60,000 a year. Yeah. So if top speed is a factor, and that also translates into multiple units, that's even worse, isn't it? So let's build us a, what we got? Brown. Yeah, let's build us a new consist. We've got 114. So I guess we should go close to that. And make sure it's a fair test or example. We'll go brown on these though. That should be what, 5 of these? That's no. Ooh, that's close. That's quite a bit more, isn't it? Should we go quite a bit more? Really demonstrate it. That's how many more is that? 12 more. 6, yes, 12 more. We'll do that. We're going to replace all of them. It's going to cost us less. Well, actually, it's cheaper. Look at that. We're going to get a 24 million refund. Well, isn't that lovely? I'll show you the running costs in a second. The difference. So this train here, details, if we go to the running costs, it's 2.8 million a year. It'll pretty much do the same thing. I'm fairly confident it's got the oomph to pull that. We go to the power rating. Yeah, it says good. And that is its fully loaded power rating, not empty. And you'll see it only takes us 105 seconds or 2.1 kilometer or 2.2 nearly kilometers to get up to 78 miles an hour. Yes, we're not making it the most of the wagons, but it doesn't matter. Let's just go into here and no, not that one. It's a mess, isn't it? Let's go into that one. It gives us a bit more room. Let's go down to our multiple units and you'll see one of these costs us 2.2 million and it's only got a capacity of, what is it, 57? It's ridiculous. They're broken, utterly broken. And they're not even that good because of the balancing that they try to do by dropping power. This one I don't think is affected too much. And to get close, not even matching, less than the capacity of a loco and a wagon, it would cost us 4.5 million a year compared to whatever this was, 2.8. So there you go. That's why you don't run multiple units, however lovely they look. I just noticed we have a bit of teleportation going on down here, which isn't nice. It kind of breaks the immersion a little bit. Well, I mean, there's plenty of things to break the immersion, but yeah, I would prefer them to walk up the step. Let's go over here so we can see. I want to double check that they're walking up there. I'm pretty confident I saw them teleporting. Plus, we get to have a little look at our new trams. Yeah, I don't mind them teleporting to the edge of the path. That's fine. It's whether they're not going into the station. Right, I can show you how to fix that. If you would like them to walk through there and not teleport, it's because we're missing a subway connection on this bit of platform here. So what they're doing is teleporting straight there and up to the stairs here. It's also a little bit cheaty, I guess. You're gaming it a bit because they zoom up to the platform. But if we get in here and we add us a lovely, where's the MISC? A lovely underground connection. And why not? We'll put one of those on as well so we don't flood the underpass. What that should do is allow... Are you pulling up? You are. Is allow our people to walk through the door. So if you ever find your Sims teleporting to the platform, you're missing a connection for the subway, the underground part. Watch it prove me wrong. I'm going to say they're going to do it now. Please walk through the... Yes. Yes. Go. Man in hat. Man in hat, is that what we're calling him? Thomas Scott. There we go, Thomas Scott. Brilliant. Now they're walking through the stairs. I mean, they're not walking up the stairs, but at least they're going through the door / wall. This is a default station. Oh, I'm picking the game to bits. It's because multiple units don't work properly. You would have thought they would have fixed that by now. But they have not. Anyhow, right, should we check on what's going on up here? We might need to bring another train in. Definitely. Yes, this is 350. Dear oh dear, yeah, you're overloaded. We're going to do something with this. We're going to add another connection and a little shuttle from Romsey. Before we do that, though, we can... I'm going to go with extending the train. I think they're like... what are they? They're 120 at the moment. They're not completely full on the way up to Thatcham, so that's okay. We may... yeah, do you know what? We'll add a carriage on all of these. So we'll go with a straight replacement. If we've got access, we do. And then we'll add another one on as well. And I think that should deal with most of our issues before we stick on... What are you looking for? Passengers. Before we stick on our new shuttle service, which is going to link down to the lower part of Lee. 1, 2, 3. How many do we have? We want 7 now, don't we? It's 120. Oh, we don't want those, though. As nice as they would look. That's a little bit of a waste because our loco here only does 75, so I'm not going to do that. We want 140. That should be 7. Lovely. And we'll pick one of these. Don't need to open that. We'll pick one of these and then duplicate it, and that'll come out of our depot. Right, I want to check this situation. Do we have a train on the way? Not yet. We can check when it gets up there. We want to make sure that we've got enough room for him to fit on the platform. Otherwise, his back end's going to be over the switch, and he won't be able to turn around, and then we'll have a bit of a snafu going on up here. I feel like there's enough room here. Possibly. It's not going to be a hard fix. We'll just move that up there a little bit, and we'll get that working. It was suggested that we have a separate line for our mountain railway. Yes, that's a possibility later, but they're not going to be that busy. There's going to be big old gaps from both the mountain railway and where's the hilly railway? Mountain railway? Yeah, close enough. It's about as mountainous as this map gets. But yeah, there's going to be a lot of space between the two. They might queue up behind each other. Sometimes, I did notice, since we're over here, ooh, not that we are missing one way, a signal just there, which won't be very good. And we're going to over signal this as well. The reason I like to have a lot of signals when we've got two lines merging is what we got here. I don't understand the point of these. We might put them up to have a look in, the Isuzus. They seem okay though, don't they? They do 50 mile an hour. Yeah, we'll take a look at them. As I was saying before the Isuzus interrupted me, we are going to have short blocking up here, and that means if there is another train that comes up from a different line and merges in with this line, so the mountain railway merging in with the local line, and it looks like we're okay there, then they get moving faster, and it's a little bit like representing yellows or caution signals. As normally what would happen if you could have yellow signals down here, single yellows, double yellows, trains would slow down so that it gives the train in front, if they are moving and they're following each other, a chance to get ahead. So yes, that's the best way to represent that in Transport Fever, is just have very, very small blocking sections. It doesn't matter if the train is longer than the block either. We're not going to go overboard on it, but I would like to keep stuff moving. And for that, we are going to have shorter blocks than I would usually have. A block is the section between two signals. And when this signal turns green, it's reserving that section up to the next signal. There you go, that's a block. And so far, that train is in 2 blocks, and then it's only in that one, which, should there be a signal, which there is down here, that would turn green to allow another train into this section, which is from these 2 signals up to that signal. There we go, blocking. We'll probably do more than that too. I'll leave this section double tracked because why not? It makes it easier to get into the tunnel section here. So we'll put one just there. And then we'll send it to single track after the curve. Somewhere down here. We may as well put the mountain railway in. Our first city, isn't it, down there? Loughton has not had anything public transport wise. All we've done is deliver fuel, which I'm sure they're grateful for. We might as well go electrified, thinking about it. I mean, that would make sense, wouldn't it? Down here or up here. There we go, we can get 75 quite easily there. It will mean we need partial electrification over there. Well, that's alright, that's alright. Right, let's put a signal here, which technically won't need it. Well, I hope not anyway, otherwise we get our spacing wrong. Where we will need signals is wherever our trains will pass, and we're going to intentionally wiggle along the side of this. Yeah, we'll call it a mountain. Baby mountain. It's more of a hill, isn't it? So that should be all the blocking we need there. We're going to electrify everything down this end, as I believe electrification will be absolutely fine up here. That means this section will be electrified, and we may electrify this whole branch line as well. Now, what we could do is just electrify this platform we're going into. So our mountain railway is going into there. I'm glad we put another train on. This is going to take a little while to catch up. We've got more capacity though on this line, so eventually those new trains are going to deal with the queue we've got up there. Right, where are we going into Loughton before we do anything? Well, wherever we put our tram network, we do want to avoid our trucks. We could, conversely, remove our trucks out the way of our trams, which is usually the best way to do it, isn't it? But what are we looking at here? I feel like we could have sort of a little turnaround down here, maybe next to our track, to give that a little bit of scenery. Yeah, so if we ever did want to take a ride on that, I would like to hook this up as well into the main line. I feel like that would be a thing we should do. So if we kind of zigzag up this way, we can avoid our trucks, and then we can go up there. Our trucks are cutting down here anyway, down the slow road, so we don't want them to do that. Before we do anything, we need to set up a train station. Do we have the train station come all the way down here and link in with the main train station? Which we are going to have, aren't we? We're going to have a service running direct, I think, down this way. Or are we? Or is it going to go up to Thatcham? I think if we run Loughton to Thatcham and then to Biggleswade, and then we have that one terminate at Worthing. Yeah, we're going to have another service that switches over from the, which will be Mitcheldean to Risborough. Then we'll have Mitcheldean go to, are we going Biggleswade? Yes, we'll join in from the one coming from Loughton. So there'll be 2 services coming in there. We could extend the Twickenham one to terminate at Biggleswade instead of heading to Worthing. because we're going to have our express that does a big circle, skips Biggleswade, so it will stop at Worthing, skips Biggleswade, goes more direct, and stops at Mitcheldean, skips Lee, so we'll have some sort of direct line coming down here for our express. Can go over the top or underneath. I don't mind how we do that. Yes, plans are afoot, guys. I think we have like a little exchange down here. So we've got to think where we want that. It looks like going straight down here then, doesn't it? Yeah, it would be down here. We could have it up a little bit, couldn't we? So it does zigzag more. So we come down like that and end here with a nice little bit of a stop and some scenery down there. Yes, I like that. Okay. Tools. Shall we get ourselves electrified? All down here. We're heading up that way. And we're going to be heading straight through the middle of, I guess, downtown. We did have more high-rises down there, which are no longer around. But there we go. We can have our depot. Where could we have our depot? Yeah. Down here? Maybe. We want a bit of scenery, don't we? We've got to think about where the train's coming in. We want to be heading... Where is Thatcham? Thatcham's down there. Turn that off. It's a bit laggy. So we want to be kind of heading around the side here. Yeah, because we're going to meet up with this service or that branch line. So there's going to be a bit of a distance, isn't there, for these to walk, but that shouldn't be too bad. We do have... Oh, wait. We have the mountain railway does want to face more that way, doesn't it? And we'll have a little crossing there, because I like the idea of that. So we'll do it that way. Let's get our buildings. It's not going to be a dead end. We're going to build something and try and branch the other one off the other way and link them together. It is possible, so I'd like to toy with that idea. We need to flatten our ground out over there because we're up on a bit of a slope, aren't we? So let's give us some ground to work with for our stations. We're going to have two together. Dug straight into the ground there. Well, it's not too bad, is it? No, it's not too bad. Meaning, we'll get rid of this and we'll redo it all. Got to make sure it's nice and flat for our level crossing. Right, that's going to be default. Oh, no, you press bulldoze instead of M and N. Never do that, do I? I do it a lot. Right then, that's going here. We've got to get it connected. Right, we've got the first connection. That's going to be the mountain railway bit. And we need to make a connection on the other side. So, how do we do this? It's going to have some sort of middle building, I guess. We could, yeah, I think that'll work. We'll have another platform over here where they walk over to. Something like that. We'll have a little pair of stairs. Should do us, Misk. I'm pretty sure these count for connecting two stations. Because I want to make kind of a V-shaped station. What we want to do, we want to get this aimed that way. And that should take us close to up there because we're heading to Biggleswade so that we can get the angle back. We do want to avoid... Oh, we want to avoid that, don't we? That station. Well, do we? We could go over the top. Yeah, because I would like to get this in and working. Something like this, because it kind of gives us the angle and it's something different. And I'm trying to do this with the basic tools. I'm hoping it works. We'll see. We'll see. Do we want a little building in the middle? I don't think it makes sense, does it? I think we should have some sort of building over here, but just not a huge one. Have I selected the wrong one? Yeah. Get rid of that. Right, we'll get rid of all of that. We'll have a little building over here. It won't be something like that, though. Just be... Where's the tiniest? Is it those? Yeah, just like a little waiting area over there. That kind of works, doesn't it? Yeah. I wouldn't mind it being a bit bigger, actually, because we're coming into the main area, but not a connection. So we've got something like that, a ticket office, and then a bigger building. Then we've got our main building over there. Now, moment of truth, can we get these two connected so that they're sort of one station-ish, kind of? I believe we can. I might have left enough room. Lovely. Right, what should happen now is, if we click on that... Oh, we've lost our connection to here. Have we? No, we haven't. Yeah, we should have connection to there. From here is the plan. But you're not. You're not counting. Why is that? Are these not linked? No, they're linked, aren't they? Yeah, you're reaching that. We'll see, guys. Should we see if we can make that work? It'd be kind of cool if it did, right? We've got the little thing here. We can decorate it up if it does work, can't we? We may be running electric trains down here because when we join up eventually, past Thatcham and head to Aylsham, it is electrified up there. No doubt we'll electrify this line as well. Right, that gives us the mountain railway. We'll deal with this in a bit once we've got this running. So we want a nice flat section. We are going to electrify it. Running straight to start with, just so we can bring our country road over it, because we do want to bring it over there and then run alongside it. And then after that point, we can start heading up, I think. It would be nice to keep it at 75. We want it to be pretty nippy. Then we can flatten this section where we're going to have our crossing. I like this idea. We'll bring that in just like that. There we go. And then on the other side, can we have the country road heading up like that and flat? There we go. Like that. So we've got a nice crossing. That actually works quite well, doesn't it? Because it gives us a transition point to go from street to country road there. We won't do the country road just yet. What I'd like to do is when we do add their link up to Mablethorpe, we can see what sort of effect it has on our mountain railway. But for now, since they'd never had one in the first place, we can just have the mountain railway start to run up there. And then we'll get it running. I guess we'll have a little ride up there. Do we wish to follow the terrain? No, I'd like to gently head up if possible. Yeah, we might have to go up a little steeper than that though, Grand. We're starting to dig in already. That's alright. We'll get up there. Yeah, we are getting up though. What I'd like to do is have one side sort of cliff face like that, and then we smooth off the other side. Maybe we should take a look at the heights, shouldn't we? So we're at 57 meters there. We're at 20 there. So what's that? 37 meters to gain. So we are going to have to go up quite steep. Which I don't mind. We can go up quite steep, can't we? Where are the contours sitting? We want to kind of aim up there. Probably wiggle around this. And then go round that way. Make sure we get as much height as possible. I don't want to lose any speed if I can help it. Like, we want to keep it... Ideally, I guess we can go at maximum. No, that's too much. Like that. I guess we can go up and around like that. Bring that round. Keep it going round as long as it still says 75. I haven't quite come around there enough, have I? We might need to run this quite slow. Yeah, that's not enough curve, is it? 75 curves. Not enough. Should we slow it down? If we go, say, 65 there. There we go. Like that. And then we're sort of coming up at the right height, aren't we? 65. If we stay 65 and we cut into the side... Oh, no, I've misclicked. If we cut into the side, it'll be lovely. Yeah, like that. And then we can flatten the side that we want the scenery from, so it's a real cliff face thing going on. Yeah, and then a nice view on the other side. What are we at the moment? We're at 31 meters. I think we're going to get up there. We should definitely have a little tunnel through here. Tunnels are part of mountain railways, aren't they? So we'll curve up and we'll keep climbing. We're at 33 there. Hopefully come out the other side like that. Then we'll have 65 again. And we'll come out the other side. There we go. We've got our cliff face. I think we're getting up there, aren't we? 39. Then we'll head up that way. How close are we so far? We're at 43. I think we're going to do this. And then we'll wiggle our way round like that. But with no tunnel there. This is going to give us enough. We're going to be at 53 soon. So if we go there, I want some really fancy cliff facey things going on. Our other track's there. Oh, that's... Oh no, that'll be pleasant. Or will it? We've eaten too much mountain. Let's uneat that mountain. Do we kind of want to hug round that way? Does that be too aggressive? Do we want to go that slow? We do, don't we? We want it to be more scenic than anything. So when we come out of this tunnel, we'll do a sharper turn. This is the opposite to making something efficient. We're just making it beautiful instead. So we're going to have a nice sharp turn there. So we slow right down. Another second little tunnel? No, we're going to keep the scenery, aren't we? Up here. We'll have a little section there. That way we can follow this round. I like that better. 55. Should we have some speed changes? But when we employ a speed change, we kind of keep it that way. So 55 would be something like that. We take that. That's better. That's better. Then we'll continue round at 55. We're up to 53 meters. So this is the height we're staying at pretty much. And yeah, because aren't we at 53 meters over here? I think so. 58 meters. No, we're not quite there. We've got to get up to 58. So we can still go up a little bit more. We're going to keep this at 55. Do we want another little tunnel? I think so. It sort of works for this area. We're going to continue our way. Then we can go straight. And we want to stop at 58. So we'll stop at 57. We'll bring off the tunnel. That's lovely. And does that give us 0, 0? It does. And we can now have our little cliff facey thing. And we're going to do some terraforming. We're almost there, guys. And we can keep our speed up on this section. We'll do something fancy with the road next to us as well. No more tunnels. We're going to set the other side of the cliff face here. As there we go. Oh yeah, you know, tiny tunnel there. Why not? Tiny tunnel. There. We kind of hug round, and we can make one side a cliff face and the other side a cliff edge, or at least a drop down. Let's get the size down. So if we send that off something like that on that side, I like that better. This is going to take a little bit of work, isn't it? Yeah. We want to see some stuff, don't we? It's going to be a little tricky to tidy up all the track. So I'll probably go away and tidy up the track for us. So we can get our train on here and at least start it. Maybe that would be a good idea. Like we get it started before we scenerify too much of it. So we can compare what we've got at the moment to what we'll end up with. I will smooth the side that we're going to do some work on so that we can see a bit of the map, because we should be quite high up here if we have that bit of the hill gone. Yeah, I like that. I think we're going to do this. We can have a little cutting in places. I don't mind that. We'll need to figure out where these trains will pass, which will be a little difficult to start with. Ideally where there isn't a tunnel. I'm going to say it's probably going to be up here somewhere. We might need to shorten this a little bit. Maybe? Maybe it could be in that section. It's a tough call, isn't it? Yeah, we could have it up here. It's quite slow around here, isn't it? If we had like a little bit of passing down here, it was like 50. Oh, it's not 55. Never mind. Well, that side could slow down. We'll have this section double tracked up here. And then before that tunnel, we link back in. We're going to make this section one way. The train heading that way will slow down. So we do want it off center slightly. And we've got this situation anyway. So no doubt they'll be waiting for each other. Right, so phase 1. I think we've got everything in there, haven't we? Let's set up the tram and then we'll get a train out of a temporary depot just so we can get straight on there. We'll take a little ride up and just see how much of a climb we've got. There we go, guys. I have built us Loughton Metro. We're going to get a tram depot in and we're going to get a train depot in and we'll send those out and add them to our network. Where do we want it? Do we want it on this corner? I sort of want to detail it out here somewhere because that's going to end at one side, maybe. Yeah, I don't know how we'll do that. Maybe it'll work. Let's get that nice and big. From there, if I bring that across, will that work? We can have it run a little parallel with the road, perhaps. Something like that. And then curve in. It might work, guys. We'll see. We'll see. If we send that up onto the junction there and we tramify. Yes, because the other one should head up next to it. Like, oh, it's beautiful. And we want to head over the top. Yeah, and we are. Oh, it's beautiful. Guys, I think we're going to make that work. I love that. We're really close to the tram depot there. It does mean our temporary... yeah, how do we get our temporary depot in here? Because I just want to get on board and go up the hill. Oh, I can see an idea. Guys, look, we can even just about connect in there. Oh, that's kind of nice, isn't it? Oh, I love that. Yeah. Brilliant. Right, and then we'll have just a little depot there. There we go. That's where we'll have our depot. Oh, that's lovely. Right, get you in. Oh, no. How many depots would you like? Not that many. We need that line, don't we? We need the Loughton to Mablethorpe Railway. Yeah, we'll call it that. Loughton to Mablethorpe Railway. Loughton to Mablethorpe Railway. There we go. Something different. I like that. Loughton to Mablethorpe Railway. Or we could have the Mablethorpe Railway or the Loughton Railway. Do we have it pink? I don't think so. Should we go with whatever's close to... I kind of like that. Should we have it red? We'll go with that. The end product there. Bricks. So red. I've lost it now. Loughton to... There you are. You're going to be red. Bright red? Might be a bit garish. We'll see. And we'll have a little 4-4 running up there, I think. Let's get you on. Buy vehicle. We'll go with that. We'll run the RE44 up there. But we'll only have a couple of carriages on there. Passenger. We'll have those red. That red, wasn't it? I don't know how garish these are going to be. That looks lovely. 4? Should we start with 4? Yeah. We're just going to have one on there for now. Stick you on the Loughton to Mablethorpe Railway. Are we lacking some electrification somewhere? Oh, what's up here? Could not connect all stations. Why not? You go through there just fine, don't you? I don't know what platform you've chosen. Terminals. You're on the right platform there. What have you chosen up here? Of course you've chosen that. Why wouldn't you? You need to be on 1, don't you, at Mablethorpe? There you go. You could have worked that out, game. Seriously. Right. Something I don't usually do, but we'll put it in anyway, is add us a signal after here. Because what that does is if we're waiting to get on here, when the back end goes, we clear earlier. The problem is with this setup is we might hold up the train coming that way. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. We haven't got a signal this way either. So we'll have a signal just there. We'll have this one further back. We've got more chance of holding this section of track from this signal than that signal, because we trigger that signal first. Okay, we should be good now. I might remove that. I don't really want to block the... Do I? We'll have to have another signal in the tunnel though. We'll toy with it. It's not going to be busy enough to worry about. We'll also paint in the middle of this, make it look the business. We might even add another building on the end or run that platform further just for scenery. I kind of like it so far. What do we need? We need some more trams as well, don't we? Let's get some trams on there. We've gone with turquoise, or I've gone with turquoise there. How many do we need? 6. Should we start with 6 and then we'll add them as necessary? Colour them turquoisey colour. There we go. Stick you on Loughton Metro. We've got trams, trams, trams. Our train should be coming out the depot. Brilliant, guys. I think we've made it. Oh, I just have to finish this with a little bit of official episode. That's the wrong one. There we go. It just looked terrible. Our trams are coming out. Our train is coming out. We'll have a quick look at our train come by. Oh, that looks lovely, doesn't it? Almost looks like it should be a mountain railway. There we go, branching off. This will be the main line. We'll bring the rest of our trains out of our permanent depots at Lee. But that is the Loughton to a Mablethorpe mountain. Well, it doesn't say mountain railway. We've just gone with railway. And I like it. I think we're stopping at the correct platform as well. And away we go. Right, I'll save it and then we'll get on board. Alright guys, going over the crossing. I enjoyed that one. Yeah, we got a mountain railway. We'll see how it looks. This is our first pass with mountain pass. We've got to clear one side so we get a bit of scenery, so it's just not all mountain wall or rocks. And make sure we climb up nice and steady. And if we have our road kind of run with us, I think that will look kind of cool. We can have it branch off when we tunnel. Yeah, lots of things to do with their road heading up to Mablethorpe. It won't be a main road. Guys, next time out, what do we got to do? I want to do that. I want to do something over at Lee and connect Lower Lee to the main network. Yes, that sounds like a plan. Right, I'll leave you on board. Guys, it shouldn't take too long to get up to Mablethorpe. Thank you for watching, and until next time, take care.